Welcome everybody. Welcome to Servant King TV. You're on the Servant Real. I'm your host, Servant King. And listen, y'all know what we do. We sit down, we talk to the entrepreneurs, the creators, the influencers, and we kind of sit, we chop it up with them, and we kind of get with them to find out what they got going on in society and what they're trying to push forward. And today, I got a very special guest. Tell y'all something. It's hard. I done got in touch with Joe Biden before I got in touch. Before I got in touch with bro. But I got my partner T.B. Honest here with me. Writer, poet, ex NFL player. We're gonna get into this whole story today. Mm-hmm. So appreciate you joining me, bro.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
You know it. So kind of tell the people where you from, bro.
Well, born in the Bahamas. My mom moved here when I was like 3 years old.
Very cool.
Yeah. Born and raised on the north side, Jacksonville, Florida. Went to Moncrief Elementary School, it's now called St. Clair Evans. And then went to James Weldon Johnson Middle School. Then I went to First Coast High School. Graduated from there 2010. Then I went to Clemson University. Went to Clemson from 2010 to 2015. When I came out in 2015, I NFL.
Yep.
I made the 53-man roster with the Saints, you know. And then I kind of had I was bouncing around. After my first year, I went to Seattle. Then 17, I was with the Buccaneers. 18, I was with the Redskins. And yeah, so 19, I was in the AAF league that folded. And then this past year, 2020, I was in the XFL. So now I'm about to go to the CFL.
Canada.
Yeah, in May.
Okay.
So
okay, Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
So let's kind of start back though from the beginning. So obviously football was something you loved. That was one of the things you liked doing.
Absolutely.
What kind of pushed you, or what age did you know? Okay, football is something I'm going to pursue. It's going to be something. It's going to be a dream of mine that I chase.
I didn't really. I would say, I don't know. To be honest with you, I thought I was going to the NBA.
Okay.
That was basketball was my thing. It was my niche. It was what really got me going. Football was just kind of I could do it.
All right, I got you.
But I would say when I knew, I'd probably say like my grade year at First Coast. That was '08. So that was with Garrett Tinsley, Nigel Carr, Shaq Wilson, Avis Comack, Jermaine Thomas. I was with a whole lot of legends.
Yeah.
And them boys just pushed me, man. Especially Garrett Tinsley. I'm my big brother, my idol. You know, I strive to be like him.
Yeah.
The man this is from his swag to the way he carried himself, the way he had respect. You know, everywhere he went.
Yeah.
How charismatic he was, how funny he was, and I try to just emulate him on and off the field.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's once you when and this is crazy because now this transition. Now when we met was last year, a couple years ago, and you had to just started Black Agenda Agency, BAA.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about that because I think it was a week prior. You told me you kind of showed me the footage. Y'all had led the movement down at the courthouse. Kind of speak to what was going on because we had a lot going on. This was a year of COVID.
They still going to arrest you. They still won't protect you. You can have a family, and they still going to threaten you. Why should I feel safe when I know I'm on the chase? It's like open season on people of my race. Right. We can't sell CDs. We can't sell cigarettes. We can't even go for a job. Why am I to feel blessed? I don't feel nothing but stress. We can't play music loud without allegedly posing a threat. A concealed gun license? Forget it. And don't reach for it in the car, or you gonna get it. Growing up, I seen the movie about Emmett Till. 2020 is sad to say that we're in the days of Emmett Till. Over 5,000 black people, the white mobs were killed between 1877 and 1950. In most of those cases, there were no fire arrests or convictions. One would have never thought that this would still be prevalent. The way they're knocking us off made me feel like we was heaven sent. But of course, that's irrelevant. It's contrary to what's going on. Imagine leaving your house knowing you might not come home. ain't no equality, ain't no justice. Imagine having someone who stood up to that, but y'all said, fuck it. Killed his career, when all he did was take a knee. Rest in peace, George Floyd, he took a knee to his neck. Damn, what's next?
Oh, man.
Will I get shot and killed after sending I love you text to my mama? Honest, R.I.P. Devon Gregory. So,
So
There was a lot going on. The racism was going on. And
COVID-19.
Yeah, you decided to come out of that with an agency and a whole movement. So kind of talk to me about how the BAA even started.
Well, Black Agenda Agency started because George Floyd had died.
Right.
And I seen the footage and I was just I was, devastated. I was just like, what the, and I couldn't believe it. I was distraught. And I'm like, man, what can I do in my city to bring Black people together and so we can move forward progressively as one? Because I'm like in Jacksonville, Florida, it's a lot of ego here. It's a lot of, I don't want to work with this person because, they think they better than me. When really, it's that mindset is.
Yeah. We were a crab in the pot. Yeah.
Well, that's a mindset too.
Right.
It's a mindset too because, a lot of us have the same goals, the same dream, the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we don't want to work together.
Right.
To get there, it's like, my name has to be on the flyer first. So I have to be known.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't
I got to be the leader.
But it's like, bro, we can all win. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. Black Agenda Agency, what we do, we work with other social groups in this city, man, to affect change. If you about affecting change, you ain't on that crab stuff. We willing to work with you. We're gonna push push whatever you doing to the highest level because that's what we stand for. We're the Black Standard. I stand on that, and that just means the Black Standard just means no cap. You know what I'm saying? No ceiling to what we can do. Like it's whatever we want to do, we can do it. That's so long as we work together.
Right. And kind of speak to, because I think a lot of time people assume that having a black agenda means you anti-white. And that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have and you know that better than anybody because you played on the football team.
Right.
So of course you had to build relationships with both sides. So kind of speak to that and kind of explain how we have a black agenda. It doesn't mean that we hate whites. It just means we're trying to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy because I always said I'm not. I'm not gonna lie and say I hate all white people.
Right.
I hate the way white people treat our ancestors, and now today they act oblivious to what their people did and kind of how what they people instilled in them.
Right.
Because there's still a lot of white people. They looking at you crazy if you're a black person, looking at you crazy, or they, snarking at you or anything like that, just because of what their ancestors instilled to them. So for me, like I said, I don't hate white people, but I don't like how a lot of white people just try to be oblivious to what's going on, to why we are disgruntled as a people, as black people. You know what I'm saying? Why we don't trust, the police force.
Right. That's what I wanted to get to. Speak to, I remember we talking, speak to that conversation that you had, I believe you said it was either before the courthouse or while you were there, you had the conversation with the police officer.
Oh, yeah.
Asked him.
Yeah. So it was, we had protested for George Floyd. We went down there and it was white police officers and foreign police officers. And I asked them, I was like, how would you feel if George Floyd was your son? How would you feel if Breonna Taylor was your daughter? And they laughed at me.
Wow.
Yeah, there. Downtown Jacksonville, these folks laughed at me like, they're not though. Like, he's not my son, she's not my daughter.
Right.
And it just really showed me that the system doesn't care about us. They showing you, they continuously showing you, and it kind of messed me up another sense because I'm like, as black people, we don't even care about each other.
Right, we don't even care about each other.
So what can I do to kind of, I guess, shed light or bring awareness or give hope to my people so we're not just always, booting up at each other, mugging each other for no we wouldn't even know you.
We do it more to each other though than they do it.
Right, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, bro, like it don't take nothing to say, bro. Hey, bro, this is a nice shirt, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? You feel me? You clean, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how I was raised. I do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie. People don't even know.
You look good on you. You look good in that. That's tight.
And it happened a few weeks ago. Actually, I was at Urban Air with my kids, and this dude, he had some nice tennis, like some nice kicks. I was like, bro, like your shoes fire, bro. Like, and he just like, all right, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be your friend. I'm just letting you know, bro. You did that by buying those shoes.
Right.
And it's like we, like as a culture, we got to get out of that. Like psychologically, that if you look like me, you're the enemy.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah. And I think it's just with us, bro. Like when I say us, I'm talking about black men. Because black women, they rally around each other.
I know. Black girl, man. I was just saying this.
They got their own race.
So black women
their own race, right?
Black women are the black standard, bro. Black women are really winning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the one thing for me as a black man, I'm going to always, like, what I try to do is let black women know, I see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you doing that, sis.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that because black women are everything. They are the essence of who I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like black women, oh my God, like I can go on and on about black women. They are, you know, and so
they hold each other down.
But it's like what the men, like what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? I see black women all day,
bro.
You know, advertising, marketing,
I don't care
things that black men are struggling with. And it's like, bro, we see it. They the blueprint right here. They the blueprint to having a successful business. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Or they just the blueprint of working together, bro.
Working together.
Like once
they don't care. It don't matter. It don't matter. But us black men, especially in Jacksonville, Florida, I don't know. For some reason, we don't want to do it.
We don't want to do it. We don't want to help each other out. And I think it go back to ego, bro. Like you said.
There's nothing.
We don't understand roles. Like everybody got a role. Everybody can't be up front. It's impossible.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like so you know Slim from Cash Money.
Yeah. You never see Slim, bro.
Dog, we kill him, but he got the most money. And I never really understood that until these past few years. Like, man, I don't have to be the loudest in the room. I don't have to always be on the scene. You know what's crazy? I think it was my sophomore year at Clemson. Amigos came out with a song. Nigga, I'd rather be rich than famous.
Yeah.
My dumb man. I was like, I'd rather be famous than rich. I used to really think that. I said that. And so, you know, that was just me being young, wanting to be seen and known for all the wrong reasons. And now it's like, okay, I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy, but I'd rather have, you know, just low key.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that stuff matters because it's all superficial anyway.
You can't take it with you.
Right, at all. Yeah.
So, bro, you got but you got a lot going on. I know these last few months. You've been okay. Well, first, anytime we see each other, it's always in something that's building.
Yeah.
So I see it when we first met at the gym. Then we was at shout out to Javon Williams and Jack Shoe Works doing the community cleanup. Melanin Market, business building. What else? It just all the time is something that's growing and it's pushing the culture forward. So that's one thing I love about you, bro. Like it ain't never on nothing else.
Yeah.
And lately I've been watching you. You kind of been trying to show I'm more than an athlete. We can be more than athletes.
Yeah.
So before we get into the book, before we get into the album, kind of speak to what's brought that transition in you. What's kind of brought that out of you that now you want to push it to the forefront to kind of say.
I've always said I was more than an athlete, especially at Clemson. But I just, you know, I kind of was just in that mode. Mm-hmm. You know, had my days were regimented. Schedule was regimented, you know what I'm saying? I was just, I couldn't really do anything else.
Right.
And then I didn't realize the people who I surrounded myself with were average, you know? You know what I'm saying? People are so just okay with being average, you know what I'm saying? Just being comfortable, you know, and I'm realizing that, you know, there's no growth in the comfort zone. and to not limit yourself. That's why I said earlier about no cap.
Right.
Not no
right,
limits.
right, no ceiling.
That's
right,
to what we can, we can do.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I always did poetry, especially in like elementary school and middle school, but I stopped when I got the first coach because I didn't want niggas to call me lame. So that wasn't the thing back then.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
That was not the thing.
But look how crazy that is, though, with our culture.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Because writing and thinking is not cool.
You look down, you look, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
but that's what rappers are. It's just poetry to the faster pace.
But people would literally say, "Oh, you lame, or you
green." Well, yeah, I know it. Yeah,
man,
it's crazy.
I'm telling you. And so, man, I just started writing, and I'm like, yeah, man, I really I performed when I was at XFL. I was in DC last year. I performed my poetry, and things I was writing, I would say it. I was like, I was thriving off crowd, their energy, you know what I'm saying? It was like, wow, people really feel me.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? People are hearing me.
Right.
And so that made me feel good. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep going. Yeah. I didn't know that, okay, I can write a book about my feelings and what a black man's going through. And then I started looking at it like, okay, there's not many black men doing this that I know, especially in Jacksonville. So let me dedicate this book to black people, especially black men, especially the young black boys in the inner city, to let them know that, hey, sports isn't the only way we can make it out. Because that's what we're taught as society. You have say you got a cousin, your cousin big, whatever, but you got your uncle, your uncles, your nephew, you know what I'm saying? All your male cousins, hey, cuz, I know you playing ball. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Right.
And it's like you putting pressure on that mom to make her son do something that he probably don't want to do. You don't even know, nigga. You don't even know he likes writing. He wants to be a ESPN analyst. He wants to be a doctor. He's into stars. He likes. You know what I'm saying?
And now he forcing himself to like something that he don't want to do.
You know what I mean? And so that's what we got to get away from. Our culture does that a lot. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? And so that for me writing that book is just let people know, hey man, you can do whatever you want to do. You can write a book. You can be an activist. You can have your own company. Your own business. You know what I'm saying? You can be an entrepreneur. You can be successful. You don't have to be Jay-Z. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, you can still be successful. You can still have resources. Because that's what men are known for. That's what attracts, a lot of, especially women, resources. You know what I'm saying? It's not just money, resources. Who you know? What can you do? You feel me? And so that's what I'm learning too, man. Like, hey, it's about resources, about networking, connecting. Like I said, I would have never. We planted that seed at Bailey's down the street. Just
I seen that shirt. I was like, bro, I don't know what you got going on, but I like that.
Just talking in passing, like, hey, bro, what's good? How you doing? You know what I'm saying?
And so, whole relationship.
You would have never even. I would have never been here if you wouldn't have been so kind, and I wouldn't have been so kind. But nowadays, it's like if you try to have a conversation with another black man, it's bro, I ain't friendly or what's going on? But why though? Why?
What you mad at? What you mad at though?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking to change the paradigm of, whoever looks at me. I see that a lot of young men look at me. And that's why I'm like, hey, man, I'm the black standard. Anyone that comes up under me, be the black standard. We're not average.
You spoke to being able to write and your feelings and stuff. You kind of also talked about depression. You was at a deep point in your life. That's what really was. I was like, man, bro, really, you really tapping into something now, because I experienced something similar, and it makes me think that this is probably it's more common than we think. We don't talk about it. So kind of talk about that deep moment. I didn't want to go into. I prefer for you to say that moment that you were at 2017, and you were kind of.
Yeah, that's crazy. You remember the year too. Definitely, it was 2017. I just got cut from the Buccaneers, and my sister had just got my car impounded from the police. I told her not to drive my car. Crown Vic. I had got it painted matte blue. I loved it. Took him by the police because I didn't have insurance on it at the time. He drove it. I just lost my house on the south side. and I lost my sense of pride.
Yeah.
You know, I felt insignificant. I was just very low, man. I felt like no one cared. Or people say they care, but they didn't care enough. I just felt like a failure. You know, like I felt like, why am I here?
Yeah.
You know, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, staying with a homegirl, and one night after I got done working out, I just went to this field. I didn't even know where I was. I can't even tell you where it's at if I go back to Charlotte now.
Right.
But it was I went to the closest field by myself, my granny van, and had the gun in my head, crying. Only reason why I didn't pull the trigger because of my daughter. You know, I thought about them like, I'm going outside. I'm going out. It's some weak. Yeah. Okay. I was just trying. Okay. Right. There's some weak stuff.
Right.
Like
right.
I was mentally weak.
Yeah.
I was defeated. You know, for lack of a better term. And that's when I just started to shift. I'm like, yeah, man, it's bigger than me. You know, I'm not gonna go out like that.
Right.
I didn't have my dad there growing up. So I'm like, yeah, my kids gonna have their dad. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna fight. That's why, it's a work in progress every day. You know, to say you beat depression, yeah, you can say that, but you gotta be cognizant of what you're thinking every day.
Right.
You know, you can't let that bad talk or that evil talk in your head take over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we as humans, we have over 30,000 thoughts, and over half of them are negative every day.
Right.
And so you gotta talk
about what
to
you can't do and what you can't.
Right.
Do.
You gotta combat those negative thoughts with positive thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's when I started realizing. That's actually when I started realizing I can't listen to rap music all day.
Yeah.
I can't watch the news.
Not a thinker. A thinking person can't.
I can't listen. Yeah. I can't watch the news every day. It's so draining.
It's so draining.
And so people don't understand that. Like, you are what you see, what you eat. You know what I'm saying, and who you hang around. That's so true. Yeah. And, wow. I got to reference the Bible. I'm not religious at all. I'm spiritual, but it says in the Bible, "Man who hangs around foolish men will be foolish." That's you can apply that to every area, every
right.
That's offending.
Right. It's amazing, bro, because you going through that, right? And like I said, when you said, I remember it hitting me because I remember the year because I was facing something similar the very same year. Like, I'm out here for nothing working. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can't be like, but this brought me to know that I know we're not the only men that went through that or going through that. Why don't we have? I know what you're finna ask. Yeah, like why don't? I think I guess it kind of go back to what we started talking about. Why don't we have more of that to where we can have? And I think I'm starting to see it now. You starting to see more circles of men coming together, being able to talk more. But why is it so hard? And I don't get me wrong. I don't think a man should be walking around crying and complaining all the time. But there should be some space that we have that's not with our old lady, not with our wife, not with our kids, but with each other, so we can kind of divulge and that type of thing. Why you think we don't have that?
I think we don't have that because how we grew up. Yeah. You taught, especially in the inner city, man. You taught if you cry, if you show feelings, you a
right,
you know what I'm saying? You soft or you a B.
The
B word. And it's like you don't want to be thought of as that. You don't want to, you're a man. Yeah. And so you feel like you have to be hard. You feel like you can't show emotion.
Right.
And a lot of men just don't want to seem like vulnerable. Right. Or weak. But it's like those men also aren't tapped into who they are. Because guess what? That's in our DNA. So we are innate with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
When a woman says, "Oh, you acting like a B," kind of warranted. Right. Because men, we have one of their chromosomes in us. You know what I'm saying? And so that I really believe that's why, and not a lot of men want to. I guess just show vulnerability, and so they don't know who they are. Human, bro. Like, it's okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not all peachy. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have bad days. Right.
So let's talk about the shift you did for the book. It's your first book.
First book.
I appreciate you inviting me out.
Yes, sir.
To the release.
Thank you for coming.
40, 50K on Instagram. They only post to get validation, to make themselves feel better. You know, and that really resonated with me. Because I'm like, you don't even know your worth. Awakening the God that's in you. I'm working. I ain't got time for thirsting over how these chicks appear in pictures. Even though nothing's wrong with looking, I sit and ponder on how I bet none of these women do no cooking. Bunch of superficial, hollow-hearted and hollow-minded ass people. Do so much fake shit, it ain't hard to see through. How you an IG model, post every day, and depressed. You feel better when people like pics with your ass out, but since you stressed, get your shit together. I mean mentally and spiritually. The things you gotta do to get peace, I see it vividly. Solitude, take a break from the net, talk to God. Go on long walks with no devices. It's not hard. But one thing I learned about living in today, we'll compromise who we are for a little bit of pay. Living in the confines of others, expectations of us, hell, we might as well go back on that bus like Rosa and sit on the back of that bitch. Because that ain't freedom. I'm talking self-love. See, Miss Lady, you must understand you a black queen. And so in essence, you're a goddess. God is an abbreviation of goddess. Man is an abbreviation of woman. He is an abbreviation of she, and he is her. I just want you to know who you are and where you come from. I love those bantu knots and the fro bun. I love your curvy hips and well-rounded ass. I love your slick mouth that would never, ever come to pass.
So what triggered you to say, okay, I'm gonna write a book? Is it something you always been thinking about? Is it something you thought about? You jumped on and doing it? Something that took some time? Like how did that all come about?
Well, yeah, I actually started writing a book in 2017. It's called I don't even know if I want to disclose it. It's actually called Depression is Real.
Okay. I'm about to say, because we got the you talking about another. You got the okay.
I started in 2017. I started writing this book last year.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm actually still writing that one. So I've been on my
I got you.
on my radar.
You had to bring it out.
Yeah, I had to bring it out. And so this is aesthetically virtuous, man. This is just like the first stint of my creativity, the first stint of of just me.
I got some
sir.
questions I'm gonna be asked. I've got the pages folded up, so we're gonna tap into it. Definitely.
And so hey, what can I leave for my children? What can I? I was here. That the young man was bright. He was, a leader. And he cared about people.
Right. Well, so what was the process like, man, when it comes to writing a book? I'm assuming it's a lot more difficult than people think. I mean, because you got to get an author. You got to get an illustrator. You got to get an editor. You have to do a publisher. Like,
it really is a lot to come with it. But it's also simple too.
Right.
All you got to do is just write. Just write. And I took these poems right out of my notes on my iPhone.
Okay.
And then I typed them all up. The hardest thing is probably just setting it up, just as far as like editing, figuring out how many pages you want, figuring out the layout, figuring out what kind of pages how you want your book to be, how big you want it, how small you want it.
Okay, right. All the little details.
Yeah, just small, minute things. And I had to get an illustrator. I had to for my cover. It was just like, so this was just like, the vision I had is me right here, and everything else is moving, right? But I'm in the middle of everything moving. I stand and I catch myself,
right?
And I come out of just always moving. And I'm coming out of my old self right here. That's when I'm like peeking through, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is me coming out of my old self of, being worldly, of, acting like I don't care,
right?
Of insecurities of, just not being the highest version of myself.
Right.
And so this was big for me to have, and I love it.
So what does aesthetically virtuous mean? What was the
well, aesthetic, it's just I mean, the good and bad, the ugly and the beautiful, and virtuous just means living righteous. You know, so when I started writing, it was like, okay, I got some good stuff in here.
Right.
I got some bad stuff in here. I got some somber like stuff in here. I got some depressing stuff, you know, in here.
Right.
And this is, you know, pretty much how everyone's life is.
Right.
They just don't want to say it.
They don't want to talk about it. Everybody
And
ain't
so-
all good and ain't nobody all bad.
Right. And so I just have the courage and, you know, and the wherewithal to put it out and be transparent, because I know that my testimony isn't for me. You know, when you tapped in spiritually, you understand that. And people, it'd be killing me. I don't want to share my testimony. I don't want to say what I've been through. Why? You don't know that what you went through can help someone else.
Right.
You know, and so for me, people like to look at me and say, "Oh, you're famous," or "You're," you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, okay, whatever. Have you look at me, but I have the same problems you do.
Right.
And so that, you know, that kind of keeps me humble and keeps me at bay to where it's like, yeah, nah, you ain't no better than them. Because in 2015, 16, when I was with the Saints in Seattle, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Right.
It was terrible. I got lost in the sauce. I didn't think my boo-boo stinks. I didn't think, you know, I thought my problems were bigger than other people's problems. And I always say that because it's so true. Like, bro, I got the same problems you do.
Yeah.
I might have more status than you, but I'm no better than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just chose a different route, and my perspective and the logic has shifted because of my experience.
Right.
You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? So your experiences help mold you and, you know, build and make the person you are. That's why I don't have no regrets with my life, because it's where I'm where I'm at today because of everything I've been through, because of everything I've done. It's only made me a better thinker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Better man, better father, better father. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, better follower of God.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's important, bro, because once again, when it comes to us, it's like pride is everything, right? And it's, you know, it's right before fall. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me pride stands for please remember I destroy everything. And once you get high on that horse, the higher you get, the harder that fall.
Yeah.
And you get low like that.
Oh,
you know,
man.
You
Yeah,
get low.
God will give you that humble pie.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. And I say, God, you know, whatever, man, whatever you want to believe.
Yeah.
The Creator, the Most High,
right, the Creator, right,
you know,
whatever,
Yahshua, whatever, man. My thing is, I know there's a higher power.
Right.
I know that He's kept me. He's got me to where I'm at today. Just as far as, like, you know, not forgetting where I'm coming from, not, you know, being an a-hole to people for no reason, like I used to be.
Right.
Not just have attitudes for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I said,
being grateful for every
if
day,
I wasn't where I'm at, we would have never had a conversation.
Right.
I'd probably just walk right past you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it used to be, I didn't want to be bothered by people who I didn't know.
Right.
You know, it was just, because I would get that a lot, especially at Clemson. Like, somebody see me in a grocery store, Bilo or whatever, oh yeah, play ball, or, you know, what do you do, man?
Right.
And I used to get so annoyed by those questions, and it's like, and you kind of miss that when it don't happen.
Right.
It's not as frequent.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and yeah, so, and I think me and my mom have so many conversations. There was actually a time in my career at Clemson when I was supposed to be playing, I wanted to play, and I wasn't playing. And that's when I understand that you speak life. You speak your reality. People would always ask me, you know, you play ball, you play? And because of me, you know, not wanting to be bothered, not wanting to talk, I'm like, no. I was telling people I didn't play football when I played football. When I played football. And guess what I wasn't doing? Playing in the game on Saturdays. No playing time.
Right.
Because of the mindset.
Your mindset, your mouth.
I spoke my reality. I was telling people I wasn't playing because I didn't want to be bothered.
Right.
And then I go to practice and I'm like, go to the games, why I ain't playing? You're telling people, my mom pointed that out to me. My mom, shout out to my mom, I love you, mom. She pointed that out to me. And it's just, yeah, man, so it's deep. It's deeper than what people think. And, you know, you have to be aware. And I just say conscious, like, I don't say woke or whatever, because people do the most. But, yeah, you just got to be aware of things like that. You got to, hey, man, you speak your reality. You speak your reality.
How how accepting has it been since you've made that transition in life from being where you at when you're saying full of pride on the high horse to now being more aware of yourself? That's really what it is. You're just self-aware. Like, how is that been as far as your circle? Has the circle changed?
The circle has definitely changed significantly. Even with myself, you know, man, we as humans, we don't like to hold ourselves accountable.
Yep.
You know, we like to do a lot of pointing the finger instead of pointing the thumb. We don't like to look in the mirror, you know, and that's, for me, it's been a transition, and it hasn't always been easy. Even still, you know what I'm saying? I made a lot of decisions I made is because of me.
Right.
The reason why I am where I am because of me. Like, you can't always blame somebody else for your, you know what I'm saying, for things you do. Right. You know, for your transgressions. Right. No, you can't do that. You hold yourself accountable and accept it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, accept it. Right. It is what it is. Right. You know, and I refuse to live my life like that anymore. Right.
I think the quicker you accept it, the quicker you can start to move on.
Yeah. It's reality, though. Reality. You know what I'm saying? You got to be honest. People don't be honest with themselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can literally look in the mirror. People look in the mirror, know they have a gut, and say, I'm not fat. I'm thick.
It's happy weight.
I'm thick. Happy weight. Happy weight. What? You talking about happy?
You made that up.
You talking about happy weight and you ain't happy.
You ain't happy.
What?
Right.
What? Soldier Boy voice. You feel me? Like, what? Crazy, man.
Let me, man, so I really want to tap into a couple things I highlighted.
Okay.
So I really want to tap into kind of what we just was talking about. Mm-hmm. You got a poem.
Shout out my boy Juan, man, Barbarian. You know what I'm saying? His clothing line.
Definitely.
Had to tap in with my boy.
The enemy in me. You write, self-doubt, insecurities, thoughts of insignificance. The older we get, them boys can start to infiltrate the mind. I mean, having you questioning your existence. Purpose. Purpose is something that you have. You're here for a reason, and it's not just to take up space. Or it can and will be if you don't shift your mental frequency. Navigate those negative thoughts out of your subconscious. Self-esteem, self-care, self-healing, self-confidence, and self-respect. They all begin with self. Them folks been sleep on you because you've been sleep on you. I'm assuming this is kind of coming from what we just was talking about.
Yes.
It all starts
absolutely
with self.
Yeah.
When did you start to, after you went through that, I know you said you went to thinking about your daughters, right? I need to be here. But something else had to happen to make you finally say, okay, let me start tapping into me. The only way I'm going to get over this, right? Because we say it's our kids, and it usually is.
Yeah.
But we still have to find something in us.
Yeah.
To push us.
Yeah. Actually, 2020, man, I was with the XFL, and I knew like even still, like I feel like I gained my football confidence back in 2019, the latter part of 2019, after the other league. When I started training for the XFL, when I got to the XFL, I was in the best shape of my life, and I said, it was very profound, statement. It was like, and people sleep on you because you sleep on you.
Because you sleep on you, yeah.
And that's so big because we'll think we can't do something. Mm-hmm. Other people know our potential.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it won't happen because of what we think.
Yeah.
And so it was my coach in the XFL, Poe. Oh, what's up, Coach? Shout out to Poe, man. He helped me out a lot. And so, so I'm a bigger guy, but I'm also fast too. People don't understand that or know. And I was struggling with coming around the edge, getting past offensive tackle to get to the quarterback.
Right.
And I just didn't believe in my speed. And he did. Coach Poe, he believed in my speed more than me. Like, hey, man, you got speed, man. You just work it. Just go. Just go. And it was just one day in practice. It just clicked for me. And them dudes ain't been able to stop me since, for real. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna go. Like
Right.
I can do this. I just gotta run.
Right.
You know. And I was like, wow. It just hit me after practice one day. They sleep on me because I am.
Right.
I don't believe in myself.
Right.
And so ever since then, I think it was like February 2020. You know, when they did start playing me, you know, I was making plays,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like every area of my life is, you know, it was the same way. Like I can't do this, so I can't have a family. I can't, you know what I'm saying, be the father to my kids that my dad wasn't to me. You know, I can't, you know what I'm saying. I can't start an organization. And I just started moving.
Right.
Started moving.
Start doing
you know what
it.
I'm saying. You
Yeah.
gotta keep moving. You gotta keep going, no matter how hard life hits you. You gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta fight back.
Right.
And that's what I didn't do in 2017. I did not fight back. I let life feed me. I let life get the best of me. And that's why I say you gotta be mentally tough. Your mind capacity has to be at a level to where you can be optimistic.
Right.
At some level, I feel like everyone should have a certain level of optimism. Because life is hard, man. Life is tough. You know what I'm saying? But also create your own reality. So once you know that, hey, this is happening to me right now, but this won't always happen.
Right.
You know, it won't always be this way.
Right.
You know, you just keep moving, man. You gotta roll with the punches because, you know, whether or not you believe in him or not, Jesus, there's so many facts that prove this person was here on earth. Jesus went through hell, you know, and we'll be a fool.
Everything we've been through.
And we'll be a fool to think if God let his son go through that we ain't gonna go through. You ain't gonna have no problems.
Right.
You're not gonna have
none.
You know what I'm saying? None? Are you serious?
Right.
Like, who are you? Who are you?
Right.
You know, and so that's
you're right. Who are you? Who
feel
are
me?
you to think that?
Yeah. And so that's, hey man. Ever since I lost my son in 2012, it was kind of like when it was happening. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna happen. He's not gonna die. This kind of stuff happened in movies.
Right.
And then it's like, this is happening. He's dying. You know, by me, by my son.
Right.
And then it's just like, I'm not your son.
Right. Wow.
You know? So anything can happen. You just have to be. It's about how you respond. How do you respond?
Yeah.
You know, and I just honestly, like talking to Javon. Shout out to Javon again, man.
Shout out to
I talked to Javon like 2 months ago, bro. I love you for this, man. Like he actually got me writing out my business plan again for my son's foundation, Tavaris Barnes Jr. Foundation, and me and my ex-wife Shadera, we're actually going to continue our work, you know, in his name.
Okay.
His name won't be in vain. So when he died, we actually made baskets and we went and supported the families in the NICU, in ICU, in the hospitals who babies were preemies, who babies didn't look good, they was gonna make it.
Right.
Because we didn't have that. Me and Shadera didn't have that. We didn't have nobody to
support system. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know,
Right.
Of course, our family, but
Right.
it would have been nice to have somebody else who went through that or was going through that.
Yeah.
Say, hey, you know, understand, I know,
Right.
trust me, it's not easy.
Right.
You know, I know for me, I just want to be that. You know, just with everything else. Like I just love helping people.
Right.
You know what I'm sorry. Excuse me.
You good.
Turn this off. I just love to help people, man, and so yeah, that's just my thing. Any way I can help people and give back, you know, that's what I'm gonna do because that's why I'm here.
Right.
I definitely feel like that's, you know, part of my purpose is to help, give hope.
Right.
You know, and so yeah, we writing a business plan for my son's foundation now. Yeah. So yeah.
Man, see.
Shout out Javon.
Oh y'all, bro, got 100 things going on. So it's all good, which is good though. I believe that it's important. Keep it moving. Always building on whatever platform you can. So let's talk about you. You going to the CFL.
Yeah.
How did that work? How did that come about?
Yeah, I was actually talking to my homegirl one night, and she was like, "Man, what you gonna do?" And I was like, "Well, I was gonna go to the police academy." Me, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's because I actually supposed to start in January, but I couldn't start because of my credit. I had too much money in collections.
Okay.
And they don't. If you got over, I think 2,500 collections, they're not going. And I had like 23,000 or whatever.
Okay. Oh, so I see what you're saying. The police academy, you can't even move forward with the academy until
when they hire you, you got to have zero money in collection.
Wow.
But I was captivated by it anyway because they was offering a $5,000 bonus,
right,
as well as unlimited overtime,
right,
and then them folks was paying $30 an hour for
right,
overtime.
right.
You know, at that time, I was just like, man, bump football.
Right.
I don't want to do it no more because with pro sports, man, pro anything, it's so much uncertainty. You just never really know how to
Right.
you're gonna deal with some type of level of politics, and I'm just like, I ain't got time for it. So, she asked me, and I was like, I think I may either do the police academy or CFL, maybe. And she was like, what? She was like, man, you got the rest of your life to be a police officer.
Right.
If you can still play, go play.
Go play.
And I promise you, like she said that, I'm
light
like,
bulb.
Light bulb. I'm like, bet. So I thought about it, and it's crazy because you know how God will humble you.
Yeah.
I always said I'd never play in the CFL.
Right.
I always said, I promise
I'm
you.
too big for the CFL.
So I remember coming out, my agent was like, I thought I was gonna get drafted because I got 2 calls during the draft. Like the Dolphins called me, I think the Giants or somebody else, or the Bills. I don't know. Somebody called me and they said it was gonna be between me and somebody else, and they took the other guy. And I was just pissed off.
Yeah.
Like I remember leaving my phone. I was at my grandhouse, leaving my phone at the house.
I'm
walking around the block in Sherwood, just hot.
Yeah.
And so my ex-wife Shadera came. They got me. I think my mom too. It was like, man, New Orleans is on the phone. Rob Ryan is on the phone, and I'm like, I don't want to talk. And then he was just like, well, if you don't do this, you can go to the CFL. I said, man, I ain't ever going to the CFL. I'm going to the CFL. I ain't going to the NFL league. I don't care. So they talked to me and reasoned with me, and I signed. But so I always said I would never do the CFL. And here I am going.
Right.
That's this God, how it works.
Yeah.
And that's why I got this tattoo right here. Proverbs 16:9. You know, we as humans,
playing our own way.
We playing our own life. But
God direct your steps. Yeah.
Yes, He does.
Yeah.
He orders our steps. He establishes our steps, and He has the last say so. So I had to stop living in my will for my life, and I understand that God's will, God, whatever your will is for my life, I pray that it is done.
Right.
And so that's what led me to doing it, because I'm like, that conversation with her, and it's like, opportunity presented itself. I talked to my agent, like, man, I want to still play. Let's do CFL. And he was like, okay, get the team up the next day. Calgary owned my rights coming out of Clemson. That's what every CFL does too, like a prospect coming out of college. They're going to claim your rights just in case you don't make an NFL roster.
So as far as like,
they still have my rights from 2015.
But now when you say rights, you mean like the right to put you
the
on
right
the
to
game.
sign me. The right to sign me. They were the first team to claim me out of the CFL.
Okay.
Yeah. So they looked at me. They said, "Yeah, I want this guy. No other team can have him." So they claimed my rights. Wow. And so he hit him up.
Who owned
Calgary Stampeders.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he hit him up, and they was like, "Yeah, man, we want him." I had my contract ready the next day.
Right.
I signed ASAP because this was the first time I've been home in 10 years, like this long.
Right.
I've been home, so it's kind of new for me too.
Right,
like I'm just trying to feel my way. That's why I've been networking a lot too, just going to certain events and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people here who I didn't really know because I haven't been here like the past 10 years like this. And so it's like, since I'm here, man, I want to make a difference. That's where BAA came from. That's where the book come from. That's why, you know what I'm saying.
So, gonna be in Canada. How does it work now? Are they seasons just like the NFL? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, it's 5 months. So I'm leaving May. I come back October.
Okay.
So when I go down, I'm gonna be a rookie.
Okay.
I'm be a rookie.
Okay, right. Be a rookie in their league. Yeah,
in their league.
Yeah.
And then it's like gonna have a certain amount of Americans on a team playing or starting. You know, from what I'm hearing and. Yeah, so I'm hearing this politics over there too, so I just gotta.
You gotta learn to play the game.
Put my best foot forward. The field is bigger. Field is bigger over there. You're a yard. So my position, I'm a defensive lineman, so I'm a yard off the ball.
Okay.
Opposed to in the NFL, you right there's like 3 inches or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So over there, y'all a yard off.
Yeah, a yard off. And so it's minor adjustments I'm gonna have to make and get used to. But I mean, if I can still play, make this money, and have a shot to get back in the NFL, that's what I'm gonna do because looking at these guys, it's like, man, hey, I was at the combine with Frank Clark.
Right.
Dude just got paid, I think, $100 million, $80 million 2 years ago.
Right.
The Neil Hunter, the DM for the Vikings. I was just with these guys. Randy Gregory for the Cowboys.
Right.
Dante Fowler.
So you there.
Dante Fowler. I was at the combine, talk to these dudes. They know me. You know what I'm saying? It's like competition with them.
Yeah.
I can do this too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so my first few years in the NFL, it was not about perfecting my craft. It was about lost in the sauce, me trying to live a lifestyle that my teammates had, millionaires. You know what I'm saying? I was in competition. I was in Saks Fifth every other day. I was on Birdman Street. I was buying all the Robin jeans. You know, I still got a few pair of Robin jeans.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's just ignorant though. Yeah. Financially illiterate.
Yeah.
You know, and just
full of pride, bro.
Full of pride.
Full of pride, bro.
Full of pride and full of cum.
Right. That's all we full of. That's where all these kids be coming from that we be having. Okay. Well, man, bro, I really appreciate it. Before you go, man, but next to the CFL, anything else? Kind of tell us what's next for BAA.
BAA. We actually have a meeting coming up Wednesday, and because before I leave, I want to get us back on track. I had to get my mind right mentally, and so I'm revitalizing. We're gonna have I know for Easter, we're gonna have an Easter dinner, Easter lunch for the homeless people downtown.
Okay.
We're gonna go out and do that, because that's what it's about.
Yep.
Giving back. And I know we're gonna do a Juneteenth event. I'm gonna be gone, but we're gonna still hold it down. Okay. Getting my merch together for BA.
Now the Juneteenth, is that
it'll most likely be a T-Posh.
Okay, a T-Posh. Okay.
Because
I remember y'all did something last year, but that was Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
That wasn't the same thing, right?
No, we did. It was Juneteenth.
It was Juneteenth? Okay.
Yeah, it was Juneteenth.
So same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So but we have months in advance of plan. And man, we welcoming new members. You know what I'm saying? I just actually got the rights to BA, to Black Agenda Agency. I bought the name for Florida, so we on Sunbiz.
Straight up.
Identified with a 501c3, and that's lobbyists. That's activism. That's is what it. No, 501c4. I'm sorry, 501c4. So. Yeah, we still looking to push the culture forward. We still looking to work with like-minded people who want to see other people succeed, other people be successful, and help others achieve a goal, obtainable goals, And so, BA is definitely coming. And I'll be on the lookout for. I just did a song with KC and Tish the Beast called Peace. And Parents, he shot it. Parallax Cinema on IG, check them out. It's gonna be, and I had Black excellence at my video shoot.
I seen that.
All the black
women,
seen that. Black men came out to support, and so I really feel like this will be a shift because when it drops, because I'm gonna drop it March 19th, on the 19th of this month. The video, the song, I'm gonna promote it, and it's to diffuse the beef between black men and black women. Okay. Because you see that so much on social media, black men, just downing black women.
Yeah.
She a F for $40, and then you see black women just going back at us his thing small. It's like his thing small, but baby, you already let him smash.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna let him smash again. Or bro, she a F for $40, but you tried you paid her. You know what I'm saying? And you probably gonna try again next week. Yeah. So why don't we just come? You don't see any other race doing that. Just constantly tugging at each other.
Women.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, okay. I'm like, we need to come together. This is a time where black men and black women need to unite.
Right.
We need to come together and actually be one. Right. I'm like, I start off like, Breonna Taylor was in the house at peace. They had a Capitol acting out. No peace. Of course, them folks didn't get murked because, they skin ain't melanated. Imagine if that was me and my family. Mm-hmm. We've been devastated. Hold up, I'm contemplating. It's almost like black people can't even go places. Hello, open cases, they don't get solved. All my people worry about is the mall. ain't this a, if it was me or someone that shared the same skin tone, but I didn't rock with, it wouldn't matter. Security wouldn't have no problem knocking us off with their Glock 5th. I'm tired of this. What I'm trying to say is, who conspiring this? Black on black beef. Society got us thinking we can't build another Black Wall Street. Like, that's so steep. But most won't see that we can change the paradigm of our culture. If it was more you and me, bringing unity.
See? There you go. There you go. And you know, it's crazy because...
I'm sorry, I just got into it right quick. My bad.
And people got to hear that, bro, because I think people don't understand, like, it's so... You have to do history to know how deeply rooted that issue is, right? And people talk about the Willie Lynch letter, and, you know, whether you believe it or not, whether the letter is real or not, the content is obviously affecting us.
Absolutely.
And if you could turn... The biggest way to turn the community against each other is to turn the man and the woman against each other. And you have no family structure, and without family, like my partner Javon said, where there's no family, there's no community. You don't have a family. If you don't have family,
and so what is society trying to do right now to the black man? Exonerate them.
Exonerate them.
Just get them.
But using the black woman to do it,
making black women feel like they don't need a man. They don't need a man. And I'm not saying in the sense of y'all need us financially or whatever.
Right.
What I'm saying is that's the order. That's the order. Right. A woman needs a man. Right. Like a man needs a woman.
Right.
Because guess what? Right. Ladies in the feminist community, it's not a shot. But check this out. Answer this question when you see this video. Can you survive without men? If all men were to die right now, can women survive? Can women survive? Right. My answer is no. Right. How many women gonna get out there and make sure, you know, go build a bridge? How many women gonna be under the houses where these snakes at and getting you know, getting to use utilities right and getting the lights on and all this stuff? How many women gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? It's a men. Men do a lot. Right. Men we got the weight of the world on our shoulders, and it's, you know, it's disheartening to hear and see so many women just downplaying black men, especially black men. You know, it's just like, oh, it ain't. It's like, well, dang, like, you don't know what I'm dealing with. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know. You don't know how these kids. You don't know.
The assumption is that we're not going through nothing, though.
It's crazy.
That's crazy to me, but
it is. But it's sad though. And then they be the first ones to be mad when the black man is with a white woman. Now, I will say this.
Now you touching on something now.
I know.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
It's true.
It's true.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Right. Nah. As much as I agree, hold on. As much as I agree, now this is when I come to the fence because anybody know me know I'm pro man. Like I'm always siding with the male because I understand the order, biblically anyway. That doesn't mean we're better than women. It just means there's an order. Mm-hmm. More of us step outside though than them. It's a lot more black men with white women than it is black women with white.
Oh yeah, I feel the black men who are with the white women.
Yeah, it's more of us with them. It's more of black men that step outside of our race than it is black women that step outside.
Yeah, but those dudes are superficial. Just call a spade a spade. They're worldly. They're worldly.
No, you can't say that.
Because guess what? You got black men calling.
Let me tell you.
No, you got black men calling people from the islands and Asian women exotics.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand what that means. Right.
How?
Right.
How? When the only woman on this earth, black woman that can create all life all shades of people is a black woman.
It's true. Now, I'm with you on that. Don't get me wrong.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
I'm about to say that. What were we talking about? I forgot what we were talking about. You said, because I agree. No, I agree. We definitely. Oh, okay. So you just went on and I got a video on my YouTube page that people should check out. So you just talked about how black women are to black men. Yeah. Certain. And this is not all. This is not to say, this is not a comment to all. This is some. Yeah. Right? I was talking to a black man that was with another woman. And I just asked him,
woman?
Yeah. I'm just like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of tell me, like, what's up? Like, what kind of major yada yada. And he just talked about all his experiences
with black women.
I
heard the same thing.
You feel me? Yeah. So at some point, bro, you don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want what?
Or let me say this.
You don't want what?
You don't want another man. You feel me? And that's what.
yeah. I hope not.
I don't want. You feel me?
Right.
I'm talking about. I don't want a manly woman. That's what I'm saying. And that's what.
Okay.
That's what his experience was. Right.
Me and my cousin Horace was just shot. My cousin Horace. We were just talking about this last night. So a lot of cut you off. Mm-hmm. A lot of black women don't know how to be feminine.
So wait. So whether that's true or not, what are the black men supposed to? I can't teach you. And we live in a society today where black women don't even want to hear what black men have to say. Like our say so has now been taken out of the conversation, which is why people are going down.
Bro,
black
you know how many? There's so many black women out here.
Absolutely.
Who are feminine.
Not all. Not all. Let me say that. Who
overstand the order.
Absolutely. So I'm not saying all.
For a black man to say, I'm tired of that.
No.
Bro, you ain't been dating.
But so you don't hear black women saying, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
I know for me, I'm deeply rooted in what I believe in.
Right.
I need someone who can
relate to me. And my kids. And my children.
I believe strongly in bringing the black families back. That's my thing.
I'm with you.
And see, it'll be some people who will take that out of context because, whatever. But it's like, every other race is pro their color.
Pro their color.
So when a black person says something like this, you're racist.
You're militant.
You're militant. Yeah. You're a hotel. And that's not true.
Not true.
I love my people. I love black women. Black women.
I'm with you 100%,
feel me? So
bro.
I'm going to have black children. We're going to have a black family.
Absolutely.
We're going to have black businesses. We're going to get some black money.
Let me say this. First of all, I was raised by a black woman. I married a black woman. And all my kids are from fully black women. So I'm totally agree with you because...
So hold on. Another, I was going to say this.
Go ahead.
If, like I know my boy TP. My boy TP, he married a white woman. Mm-hmm. It's never no disrespect.
Right.
He knows why I stand in it too, though.
Right.
But it's never no disrespect towards him or his wife. You know what I'm saying? I believe in whatever makes you happy. If you're happy, hey, bro, cool. I'm not finna. You're
right. You can go on.
First of all, it's none of my business.
Right.
It's not my place either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in what I believe.
Right. And it's okay to have a preference. I just think, just like we spoke to at the beginning of the interview, I believe people have to. We're the only group of people that's looked at as, if we're pro us, we're racist to somebody else.
Right,
White men believe in marrying white women.
Right.
Asian men believe in marrying
Absolutely.
Asian women. Everybody else, but when we say, I prefer to marry my people.
We're the only race who are willingly and openly and will openly date any other race.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because of society. You say you got to get a foreign.
Right.
For what?
Right.
For what?
No.
Is she going to relate to you?
So, once again, I think it goes to, because I'm with you.
And so let's go back to those men where you always listen to rap music, you always watch these videos.
Now, once again, you become what you see, like you said. So what you're taking
that's why I stopped watching.
Yeah, now if you're taking it because you got who's in the videos?
Right.
Who's portrayed as the standard to what you're supposed to get when you got money.
And see, I can also say that I went from, my top 5 in music changed.
Mm-hmm.
5 years ago, J. Cole wasn't in my top 5.
Right.
J. Cole's top 2 now for me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Londrell, Sago, Brent, Fayez.
The people they not going to put up on that pedestal.
You know what I'm saying? At all. Yeah. People who are really talking, who make you think, and about something else. So
at the end of the day, I think y'all understand what we're saying. It's just we have to get to know one another again. We've been generations of dysfunction.
You got to do a whole lot of unlearning and relearning.
A whole lot of unlearning.
And so when you're, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
We've been supposed to cut the show.
No, go ahead.
When you're just, people say sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you don't question anything. You don't question nothing you were taught.
Right.
And that's what I had to learn. I don't even want to speak on it. But that's why I'm not religious anymore. Mm-hmm. I just say that went to Bethel, so I had to, something happen, whatever.
Right, I got you.
Hey, question everything.
Question everything. I think you should. I think you should. Yeah,
because
I don't think anybody should just go with the flow.
A lot of people do
just because you learned it.
Especially black people.
Especially us.
No. You don't even know why. My grandma said I gotta. Did you look it up?
Your grandma still broke. ain't got no money. Your grandma still lost. Yeah.
Well, I ain't saying that. What I'm saying,
I'm using that as an example.
I'll say a better example.
Okay.
I say is with your eating habits.
Okay. Right. I got you.
Eating habits.
I got you.
I say that.
Okay.
Soul food.
Right.
We're supposed to eat soul food every Sunday.
Right.
No, you're not.
Right.
You're not. You are what you eat. You're not supposed to eat barbecue every Saturday.
Right.
No.
Right.
It's messing up your body.
Right.
This is what causes high cholesterol, diabetes.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things of that nature that we don't know.
I agree. I'm going to use the example of the financial aspect of it.
Okay.
And like I was saying, mama, grandma, great grandma, daddy,
But that's
granddaddy,
true.
all of them told us the same things, right? And we wonder why they broke. That's just the point. It's not a diss, right? Because they didn't know any better. You understand what I'm saying? Not only that, they lived in a time that our generation don't have I don't want to say the luxury of living in, but times have changed. So going to college and getting a great career ain't the path for everybody anymore. And it's not necessary to be successful. Like at one point in time, at least in America, that was the rule. Graduate high school, go to college, you get a degree, you graduate, you get a good career, and then you live behind the white picket fence. But that's not, you see more people crying about they went to school now. They crying about their debt and all that. So that's my whole point of, don't talk to me about, well, I'm going to do this to be financially free because mama told me this. But mama's still in debt. Mama's still living paycheck to paycheck. So it's not a diss to mama. It's just a point of saying she can't teach you that. Pops can't teach you that because they don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So question some of the things that you've been taught. And I don't mean question disrespectfully. Just research. Kind of look for things on your own. That's all.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
So, bro, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yep, we're coming through, man. Love this conversation. Gotta have bro back.
Honest.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta have you back, bro. And listen, thank y'all for tuning in to the Serving Real here on Serving King TV. I'm your host, Serving King. My partner, T. Be Honest. We out.